Hey guys, it's some sweet sunshine here with another story time for you guys called The Weedhead. For those of you who are new to my page, please welcome to my page. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell. And when you ring the bell, you have to pick all, because then you'll get an alert every time I upload a video. So this is a story about this girl that I was friends with. I'm not gonna say her name. We not friends anymore because we fell out, and that's you're gonna hear why. So I can't even remember how I met this person. I really can't. But when we met, we just clicked, and I think we liked each other for our spontaneity. Like anytime like she wanted to go out, I was down. Or anytime I wanted to go out, she was down. If I called her, she would never flake or nothing like that. We would share a lot of stories and stuff together. So the thing about her too also is she was like a super duper weed. Like she had to smoke weed all the time. Like she couldn't live without it. Like it was every 5 minutes, every 10-second thing. Like she could not do nothing about without smoking weed. So basically, we would link up. Like one time she called me and she was like, "Hey, I wanted you to go with me to this party." It was like a party in this like building that had like a big basement, underground restaurant, bar, like pool set up. It was real nice. Only thing part I didn't like is you had to go down in the cellar to get in there. Like I didn't like how the stairs were so steep and stuff like that. That's the only part I didn't like. But the setup was real nice. It really looked like a club, like dead facts. So she was like, "Oh, come with me there. My boyfriend's DJing there. He gonna be playing music." And she was like, "You'll get to meet him or whatever." And I was like, all right. So I met up with her, whatever. We hung out. And basically her boyfriend came with the DJ set and he introduced himself to me. So I was like, "Okay, hello, whatever." We got to know each other. And then he asked me if I wanted a drink. So I noticed that he didn't ask her that she wanted a drink. He kept asking me if I want a drink, if I'm hungry, if I'm good. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. Like, what is wrong with you?" Like, so basically, um, I was just like real uncomfortable with that. Like, I was just like, basically, I just was like kind of ready to go because she kind of was like feeling away towards him, like telling him like why he acting like that, like why he in my face. And I don't blame her because I would feel the same way or whatever. So I had left and everything. I went home. I was like, "I'm going home, whatever." She was like, "All right." So next time she called me again and she was like, she wanted me to come back there with her to the club because her boyfriend was DJing. And I'm like, I didn't really want to go because I'm like, "Yo, you act, your boyfriend seemed like he coming on to me and making you uncomfortable, and I'm uncomfortable about that whole situation." She's like, "Oh no, we got over it. It's nothing. Everything is cool or whatever." So I'm like, "Okay, whatever." So of course she was always smoking, constantly smoking her weed. So okay, I went back. So when we were sitting down, he he was like, "Oh, how you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm fine," or whatever. Like I'm just like trying my best to be kind of like standoffish, like just don't talk to me. So basically, we had a couple of drinks. Like I had drinks, she had drinks or whatever. So he came and he bought me like two more drinks, and he didn't buy her one or get her one, and he was doing the same thing he was doing last time, but he just went overboard this time. So Music was playing. He went back to the DJ kid. He was playing reggae music. I like reggae, calypso, soca, rap, R&B, gospel. I like all kind of music, jazz. It don't matter, but I love reggae, calypso too. So I'm dancing by the bar, whatever. So next you know, I feel somebody dancing on me. So I turn around, it's this dude. So I'm like, yo, what's up with you? You know, he's like, no, you know, I noticed she wasn't there. I think she went to the bathroom or something. So I was like, no, I don't do that. I don't play those games. So I sat on the chair, and when she came, I was like, look, I gotta go. Like I'm leaving. Like I'm just leaving, right? So she's like, why you acting like that? Whatever. I was like, yo, your dude and you, I don't know what's wrong with y'all, but something ain't right, you know. So like I left. So basically she came out with me. I was like, yo, come with me to this other club because I used to always go to this other place in Brooklyn. I'm not gonna say where because I still kind of go there, right? So I told her go with me there. So we went there this one day, and it wasn't even crowded there this time. It was like real light, and nobody was really there. So we just had drinks, dancing around the back. It was cool. Like I don't know why nobody was really there that day. And we ate that because they make food and stuff. So we ate whatever, chilling, whatever. Had a nice time. So she was like, "Oh, I was like, yo, go with me downtown Brooklyn tomorrow, whatever. I want to pick up some stuff." So she was like, "Oh, okay." So she came with me, whatever. We in the store. I'm looking at this stuff and I was like, "Oh, look, this is cute." It was like some kind of it was like some kind of like dictionary and a digital dictionary or something like that. And I was like, "Oh, this is a cute digital dictionary or whatever." And then I put it down. And then I was just walking around. I wound up picking up whatever I had to pick up and I left. So we get outside. And she like, "Oh, I got you a present." So I was like, "You got me a present?" Like I'm looking at her like, I didn't see you cash out. Like I didn't see you go to the front with me and pay for nothing. I just see you walk past and come outside. I didn't see you pay for nothing. Like how you got me a gift? I was just blown away. Like what the hell is she talking about? So we walked down the block and she's like, here. She took out the digital thing I had showed her in the store. So I was like, how you when did you buy that? She's like, oh, you know, I don't buy nothing. So I was like, you don't buy nothing. So she like, no, I stole it. So I'm like, I was pissed off because I don't steal and I ain't going to jail for you or nobody else. Like for real. I don't play that. Like don't be around me stealing. That's scary because that's how I hate when they say guilty by association. Because sometimes people don't be really associated with shit like that. They just get caught up with people that do dumb stuff. And they don't even be knowing that the people did the dumb stuff. They just be stuck going to jail for nothing. Like, I would be pissed off if they was watching the camera or something and probably thought I was trying to, like, you know, buy stuff to look like I'm just like trying to do stuff to make to cause a diversion so she could go steal. Like I was pissed the heck off, like really. And you know, we would talk about a lot of stuff. That was the first straw that fell on that camera back, right? So okay, one day I was talking, I was like, oh, I was having like relationship issues, and we was talking about stuff back and forth. She was talking about her issues, whatever. So one day, whatever, she called me. She was like, oh, um, I want let's go out, whatever. So we went out drinking, whatever. Next, you know, she got blasted. Like she got so blasted that I took her to my house. We came to my house, and she was like, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I said, where you leaving to? Do you know where you live? And she kept talking out her head. So I was like, do you know where you live at? She's like, yeah, I know where I live. And I was like, so where you live? She couldn't even say where she lived. So I'm not the type of friend that I'm going to let a female friend of mine go outside, you know, with her not in her right mind after drinking and stuff. You staying with me. You know, she was knocked out. She she was knocked out. She threw up all on her clothes. I had to change her clothes and everything and put on a pajama on her. She was knocked out all this time. So if I would have let her go out, she could have got raped. Anything could have happened to her. So she woke up in the morning and was like, where her clothes at? I said, you threw up on everything. Well, I told you I wanted to go home. I said, you wasn't in your right mind. You fell asleep. You was talking out your head. And I'm not letting you go nowhere. Because if something happened to you, you're not blaming me for nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not that type of friend. If you get out of your head, you gonna be safe with me until you get your head back together. So okay, whatever. That day was over. She finally got up. She went home, whatever. So she asked me to come. She she asked me to come by her house with her where she lived at with her boyfriend, but it's like he owned the house with his uncle or something, and she lived in one of the apartments, but she was sleeping with him, and he had a girlfriend like in the same place. So I was like, how do you do that? Like, how do you be with somebody if they got somebody and you mess with them too, and then you mad that he trying to mess with me? Like, obviously y'all don't respect relationships, so that's already on a bad. But that ain't my business. So I just was like, whatever. So she asked me to come over, and I was like, all right. I came through. She wanted to smoke. She was in the bathroom smoking, and she was saying how he ain't treating her right, and some other guy like her a lot and wanted to take her somewhere, and for his birthday, and was going to pay for it. And he always giving her money and wanting to look out for her. And I said, well, then that's the kind of guy you need to be with. Like, you need to be with the one who gonna do something for you, not somebody that's taking advantage of you or making you feel less than 100%. So she was like, oh, it don't matter. So she was still in the bathroom on the phone, whatever. He wound up coming downstairs. He's like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, I'm fine. So he DJ, and I love music. Like, I'm a music lover. So I know about when beats drop, like when certain beats drop, it be hard beats that drop, and when you into that kind of stuff, you just get excited, just not really thinking about it. And I was like, oh yeah, that song is whatever, because I'm just like that. If I'm gonna go somewhere, I'm gonna just have fun. I'm not gonna be sitting there acting like, oh, I ain't gonna talk to who, I ain't gonna. I talk to everybody, especially if I'm in somebody else's house. I'm not gonna disrespect nobody in their house. So basically, he was like, yeah, let her come through. I'm gonna pay for her cab. He paid for my cab, and then he gave me the rest of the money with the change from the cab. He gave it to me. So I was like, I don't need change. I don't need this money. He's like, no, you can have it. So I was like, okay. So I just kept it, right? So she was still in the bathroom on the phone. He asked me, he was like, oh, I'm having a party, right? Tell her I'm having a party. So she was like, yeah, he having a big party. So I was like, oh, okay. You know, they both talking about different things at different points in time. My head was like, I don't know. My head was all over the place. She's talking about this other guy going on this party date, and he's talking about having a party for himself. He want me to come through, and he fixing the basement. He gonna fix the house. Everything gonna be a certain way, and he don't worry. If I don't have the money to come, he'll pay my way. And I'm like, why he trying to do all this stuff for me? Like, what is wrong with this person? So in her face, not Karen. So she like upset, like she came out the bathroom and she rolling her eyes. She was like, I need some more weed. I need some more weed. So she went to smoke some more weed. Then she went back in the bathroom. I guess she was on the phone talking to some other guy or whatever. So he was like, I'm gonna show her the basement. So he went and showed me the basement where he was fixing it up at. And then he started telling me about all this money he have in his basement. And talking about he got it in a safe. If I want, he'll pay my rent. He was like, he said, see, a girl like her, I won't do a lot for you. I'll ride you in cars, motorcycles. I'll take you on trips. I'll give you money. I'll do anything for something like you. You know, 'cause you got your head on your shoulder. So I was like, okay, like what? He's like, if you let me kiss you right now, I'll pay your rent. So I was like, what? I was done. I was like, yo, I just kept saying, what? Like, what? I got the money. I could do it. Well, how much your rent? I said, my rent $1,400 a month. So he was like, oh, I could pay. That ain't nothing. He's like, all you got to do is give me one kiss. I said, first of all, you my homeboy dude. You down here talking to me, trying to give me kisses and talk about giving me money and treating me like this and that. That ain't my cup of tea. Like, I don't know what y'all on, but I'm not in that. I don't play no friends of mine. I don't mess with my friends, men. Nah, I'm leaving. So I went upstairs. I told her, yo, I gotta go. I'm tired. Like, I'm sleep. I wasn't tired, but I was like, I'm sleepy. I'm tired. I gotta go. So basically, I left, whatever. I went home. So one day she called me. We talking on the phone, and we got into it. I don't know what we got into it about, but she went and threw up whatever I told her about whatever relationship issue I had or whatever issue she had. One thing I'm not going to do as a friend, I don't care if we mad at each other, whatever. I'm not going to throw none of your dirt in your face. I'm not going to bring up anything that hurt you. I'm just not that type of person. So she was trying to bring up all kind of whatever I was going through, throwing it in my face, talking about this and this and that, throwing it in my face. And I cut her off. I cut her completely off. And we never saw each other again. Like, we never talked again. I told her I'd never call her again, never speak to her or nothing like that. Because that type of stuff is foul. And that's not something you talk to a friend in confidence. You don't talk to a friend for them to throw anything that you talk to them about in your face. So she got cut off. But I was glad because she always wanted to smoke weed so much. She wanted to smoke weed in my crib. I don't allow weed in my crib. I don't allow cigarettes in my crib. None of that. And I don't allow people that like don't have their head on right. Like you know you sleeping around. You got this one sleeping around with this one, and then y'all head ain't together and trying to screw up my head. Like, So that's my Weedhead story about my Weedhead ex-friend or whatever. And just so you know, when you young, coming up with certain friends, there's certain things you don't do to your friends at all. And sometimes you got to get yourself out of certain situations that's not for you or good for you or put you in a good mental space. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with positive people doing positive things and making successful moves in life. And that could push you towards success in your life. So that's it with my story time. Just wanted to talk about something and give y'all a little story time. I probably have some more story time. My life is full of drama. So anyway, this is some sweet sunshine. Talk to you guys later. Bye.